x-axis. But remember, the aim is to end up with 4 cells, so it's time for those sequels. Here, the process is exactly the same as mitosis, except that the aim here isn't to duplicate the double chromosomes, but instead to pull them apart into separate single-strand chromosomes. Because of this, there's no DNA replication involved in prophase 2. Instead, the DNA just clumps up again into chromosomes, and the infrastructure for moving them, the microtubules, are put back in place. In metaphase 2, the chromosomes are moved into alignment into the middle of the cell, and in anaphase 2, the chromatids are pulled apart into separate single chromosomes. The chromosomes uncoil into chromatin, the crease-forming cleavage and the final separation of cytokinesis then mark the end of telophase 2. From one original cell with 46 chromosomes, we now have 4 new cells with 23 single chromosomes each. If these are sperm, all 4 of the resulting cells are the same size, but they each have slightly different genetic information, and half will be for making girls, and half will be for making boys. But if this is the egg-making process, then it goes a little bit differently here, and the result is only 1 egg. To rewind a little, during telophase 1, more of the inner goodness of a cell, the cytoplasm, the organelles, heads into one of the cells that get split off than to the other one. In telophase 2, when it's time to split again, the same thing happens, with more stuff going into one of the cells than the other. This big old fat remaining cell becomes the egg with more of the nutrients and cytoplasm and organelles that it will take to make a new embryo. The other 3 cells that were produced, the little ones, are called polar bodies, and they're totally useless in people, though they are useful in plants. In plants, those polar bodies actually also get fertilized too, and they become the endosperm. That's the starchy, proteiny stuff that we grind into wheat or pop into popcorn, and it's basically the nutrients that feed the plant embryo, the seed. And that's all there is to it. I know you probably were really excited when I started talking about reproduction, but then I rambled on for a long time about haploid and diploid cells. But now you can say that you know more about the miracle of reproduction. It's not actually a miracle. It's science! Thank you for joining us here on Crash Course Biology / meiosis. If you want to rewatch anything, you can do that now. Just click the annotations that are on top of the words next to me. Just do it. Otherwise, congratulations on learning stuff and being smarter. Thanks to everybody who helped make this video. If you have any questions, please ask them down in the comments below or on Facebook or Twitter. We will see you next week.